Hello YouTube, this is Trainer Connor 100 and you're watching some more of my Pokemon Battle videos. I hope you all are having a good weekend. Today's battle is an OU match I had with Omen, one of my Twitter followers, plus a fellow administrator for his Chaos Trade Shop, which is a shop where you can get good Pokemon with egg moves and generally good IVs. So eventually the shop closed down, but I was able to, get some Pokemon from him, and I got a chance to battle him. So, um, there is actually another trade shop that I want to talk to you about at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. And with that said, let's begin the battle here. So he starts off with his Nidoqueen. And I start off with my choice Scarf Terrakion. I switched into my Predator, my Salamence, thinking that he would go with Earth Power, but he actually sets up his entry hazards, which I did not see coming. I must have, goofed off there, because I didn't realize that Nidoqueen can also carry Stealth Rocks. So that was a poor play on my part, and that is actually going to cost me my Focus Sash, Magmortar, plus my Assaultwar. So I went for Hydro Pump because it's super effective. That Nidoqueen is actually a defensive build, so that's something. Here he brings in his shiny Dusclops, and that is actually your hint to what I'm going to tell you about at the end of this video. So there you go. I just went for Earthquake because I'm stupid. I don't know why I did that, because obviously with an Eviolite, Dusclops is like the most defensive Pokemon on Earth. Well, I guess Deoxys D is, but you get the idea. Here he goes for Torment, which I thought was interesting. It's a move where if you use, like, for example, my McLaren knows Bug Buzz. So if I went for Bug Buzz, well, I don't right now, but I'm just saying, if I went for Bug Buzz and if Torment is in effect, I actually have to switch up my moves. But I am choice spec, so that is obviously not going to be the case here. So, yeah, my first fails because he switches into his Heatran, who's also shiny, which I don't know why he got that or where he got that. Maybe he got that from the GTS, I'm not really sure. But I went for Focus Blast, and I knocked it out, so I don't need to worry about it, by any means. So, now, with the Torment up, that means I have to struggle. Yeah, I have to struggle. I'm serious. I actually thought struggle was a normal type move. So it actually hits Dusclops, which barely does anything, and I get to hurt myself very hard, which I don't understand, because if you're hitting something with a little force, you don't normally get hurt as hard as you hitting the opponent. So that does not make sense whatsoever, so I'm not going to worry about it, although it's going to be in my brain for a little while. Like, why does struggle do more damage, or does less damage to the opponent while you get hurt more than that? So, okay, that's being confusing, so I'm going to stop. Okay, so, I bring in Salamence. I just set up my Dragon Dances because I need to get as much power as possible against this Dusclops, because Dusclops is very bulky. I just went for a +1 Outrage, and that does not kill it. So that means that my Predator is metered at this point. Although this Outrage will knock out Dusclops, so that means I can get my Moxie boost, which means I can get back to neutral, so that's good. Unfortunately, I have to deal with the burn, so that's bad. I actually like Salamence. It's one of my favorite dragon types, aside from not being a legendary and all. But here he brings in Tauros, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with Outrage. I'm actually surprised to find that my Salamence can outspeed Tauros. Maybe Tauros isn't max speed, because this is a Knave Nature max speed Salamence, so maybe he's an Adamant Nature, I assume. So here he goes for Rock Climb, which is a normal type move, an HM move as well. And it actually does a surprising amount of damage to my Gurgler. Of course, this is my Gurgler from my last upload. I actually bred it and trained it. It took forever because Gurgler was a pain to train. I'm serious. Like, he couldn't kill Audinos or kill things from the stadiums. So, anyways, yeah, you get to see how much Rock Climb does. And I just went for Mach Punch because he could finish me off, but he actually makes a smart move and goes into his Nidoqueen. Now, Omen is going to make some very strategic plays here because he knows that I need to die, or I'm going to die rather. So he sets up another layer of toxic spikes. I just went for Drain Punch because why not? I'm being stupid. There's nothing very effective against this Nidoqueen. So, and of course I don't want to switch because obviously I can probably get my Pokemon poisoned. Although I should switch into my Salamence, which I'll do after Nidoqueen kills me with an Earth Power. So in this scenario, I can let Gurgler die. So I feel you did okay in this match. You could have done something, but of course the Rock Climb was too much for you. So anyways, so knowing that the poison won't poison my burn Salamence, I just went into it and I just go with the Earthquake. Now, this Earthquake does a lot of damage, and that's because I get a critical hit, which to Omen, it really mattered. He would most likely set up another layer of spikes, or maybe go with Ice Beam if he had it, but it doesn't matter because I burned to death, so that means you get a double down. Best types of downs. So here I bring in my Suicune, which is a Splash Plate variant. I'm not really sure if it's in my... okay, I failed there. Anyways, alright, so I'm not really sure if this is my offensive Suicune. I have to check on it. But here Omen brings in his Starmie. Now, I was expecting it to just kill me, but it doesn't. So I just went with Mirror Coat, because obviously Starmie is a special attacker, I believe. So we're going to Mirror Coat all that damage back into its face and knock it out. So, Nebuli, you're going down. So, never mess with a Suicune, especially when it has Mirror Coat. Alright, so that out of the way, he gets to bring in his Venomoth. And again, he makes a good move and goes with Quiver Dance. And I thought Ice Beam would be super effective against this Venomoth, but of course it's not because it's a... I know it's bug. Maybe it's not flying either, so maybe it's a poison type. So it's a bug poison type. Very interesting typing. If I'm wrong, then let me know. Anyways, he gets off another Quiver Dance, and I was like, okay, if we can freeze it, that would be fantastic, because with all those Quiver Dances, my Scarf Terrakion can outspeed it. So, yeah, my only option is to go to Terrakion, and I didn't know what he would do to Terrakion. I mean, like, he has maybe a Bug Buzz, or maybe Aerial Ace, but he actually, okay, well, Aerial Ace is a special, or physical attack. I'm not going to mess up my knowledge of Pokemon. So here he goes with Hidden Power, which I assume it's Hidden Power Ground, because it's super effective. Or maybe Flying, but that's not really good coverage. So, you know, it's probably Ground. We got another double down, which is fantastic. So here's your question for this video. Have you ever experienced double downs, or double downs, where you have like 2 double downs in a match? I'm interested to know if you guys ever experienced that. So, yeah. Alright, so the match is going to be done here as my my Focus Sash Magmortar is going to die to the Bulgos. Well, it's not Focus Sash anymore, so, Omen wins. So if I brought, Entry Hazards into this match, I would have won. So anyways, yeah, thank you for the match, Omen. You should go check out his trade shop and, his Twitter. And, stay tuned for this announcement. Alright, you guys, so this announcement is about a new trade shop that was recently opened by Toshiro, one of my Twitter followers. I recently met him, thanks to Necrosivo. So, his shop is called the Otaku Station. I just wanted to just, cover, the sections onto this website. So, with that said, let's begin. Over here we have the trade shop giveaways. This page details all the giveaways that Toshiro is doing. Currently there is a Slowpoke giveaway, and that is to celebrate the CTS, which is the Chaos Trade Shop. And since it was closed down, or Omen decided to, let him have a giveaway. So, that's something. It has good IVs, it has good egg moves and all that, and there's also the contact information. So that is going to conclude this section. There's some other giveaways as well, but you have to stay tuned for more. So the next section we're going to cover is the trade shop. Now the trade shop is essentially the place where you can get bred Pokemon with good IVs and egg moves and natures and abilities. Excuse me. So if you're not interested in any giveaways or whatever, this section is probably for you. Now there are more Pokemon on this page that you can see here. You can get, I know there's a Swablu, plus a Deerling, plus an Axis. So those are pretty cool Pokemon to get. Unfortunately, you're going to have to give Toshiro something in exchange, because these Pokemon were really hard to breed, especially when you're trying to get them to be shiny and all that. So, yeah, I actually got a shiny Axis from him, so that's pretty cool, right? So the last section we're going to cover on the Otaku Station is going to be the rules and the contact information. So let's go over there and we're going to conclude this video. So yeah, let's go. Alright, so the last section is going to cover basically the rules and the information of the Otaku Station. So over here we have the contact information, we have the email, Skype, and Twitter, and plus the friend code of Toshiro's game. Make sure you give Toshiro your friend code as well, otherwise it will not work on getting your Pokemon. And on the top there you get to see the request form and the general rules. Be sure to respect those rules, guys, because otherwise you're not going to get your Pokemon. You have to be very nice to Toshiro, because he spent all that work getting those Pokemon for you. So, be sure to follow these rules, and you'll get the Pokemon. So, that is actually going to conclude this Otaku Station. It's short but brief, so yeah, be sure to visit the page, and thank you guys for watching this update, and I'll see you guys all next week with a new upload. Take care now!